In a world dominated by the X-antibody archetype, one deck, not security control, decided to rise up and fight against its oppressors.
I'm not just gonna let him sit there and build up to his level 6 and get like 15 security swings in like 3 turns. No, screw that. I'm gonna do something about it. I'm attacking security.
With aggression.
Flame Dramon attack security for 8,000.
And aggression.
For 2, I'll Digivolve Veemon into Rhydramon. I'll rest your blocker and swing for security for 5,000.
And more aggression.
He'll swing on security with jamming, and then I'll Digivolve him into Magnamon for 3. I'll restand him and then swing again for 7,000.
This summer, Veemon coming to a Digimon card game near you.
What's going on, Tamers? So we're pretty deep into the BT9 meta, and X-Antibody, for lack of a better word, really is like the ruler of the land. I've played pretty much all of the X-Antibody archetypes. I kind of get what they all do. And so as we're waiting on BT10, I decided to, try out a couple other decks outside of the X-Antibody archetype itself, and I've actually had some pretty good success. So I played a little bit with Commandramon Rush. I found mixed success with that, but I've had even better success with a deck that was really strong in BT8, which is Veemon Armor. Veemon Armor got a couple of tools in BT9, specifically Magnamon X-Antibody, so I guess you could say that, X-Antibody rules the day. But, I mean, outside of that, the deck still has really powerful aggression in the early and mid game, and you can usually close out before your opponent can get to the level 6 for the X-Antibody archetypes. So let's take a look at Veemon Armor for the BT9 series. Alright, so just heading into the deck cam view here. So just a heads up, we're going to keep this one super fast and loose. This is an aggressive deck, and so the effects are pretty simple and pretty straightforward. But if you have questions about something, or, I don't explain something well enough for you, do me a favor and ask in the comments below, and I'll answer them when I get a chance. First up, we've got our level 2s, our Digitama, 4 copies of Woofamon just to draw cards. I mean, you can put some other things here instead, but I value card draw over pretty much everything else in this game. So taking a look at our level 3s, we've got 13 total overall. The first 2 are going to be the starter deck 8 Veemon. The only reason we care about this guy is because his inheritance allows you to attack and draw a card whenever you have less than 8 cards in hand. So it really is just, again, to replenish the hand. Next up are 3 copies of the starter deck 9 Veemon, allowing you to search for a free type out of the top 3 cards in your deck whenever you play them. And yeah, just again, good searcher. Continuing along the searcher trend, we've got 4 copies of BT8 Veemon, who allows you to search for a 2-color Digimon and then add it to your hand from the top 4 cards of your deck. And because most of this deck is 2-colored, this is actually a pretty good search for the deck overall. And then our final set of 4 level 3s are going to be the way from back in the day BT3 Veemons. Jamming is a fantastic effect, and especially in an aggressively built deck like this one, jamming, being able to swing, and then potentially unresting and swinging again is fantastic. So for level 4s, pretty tight split. We've got 12 level 4s, and these ones are pretty brain dead, especially for the archetype. First 4 are going to be 4 copies of Fladramon. Again, Armor Purge is fantastic. Digivolve for 2 off of a Veemon, and then you can swing and get plus 3,000, which means he's an 8k swing. The next set of 4 is going to be 4 copies of Rhydramon. His effect isn't that useful in being able to rest, but sometimes if your opponent has a level 4 blocker out there, then he seals the deal for you, being able to rest the blocker on Digivolve, and then he can attack in, hopefully in-game. Again, Digivolve from a Veemon for 2. And then the star of the show, especially for the level 4s, is going to be your Magnamon. This guy has so many good effects. He is a little bit more costly at Digivolving for a 3 from a Veemon, but for every Armor Purge in your trash, you get plus 2k. And then he also unrests whenever you Digivolve into him. So you can swing with the Veemon with jamming, and then you can Digivolve into this guy for 3. If it's still your turn, then you can swing again after that. On top of all that, he has blocker. So you can swing, and if you don't have enough memory, you can Digivolve into this guy. He becomes active again, and you have a blocker on the board in order to stop your opponent's attacks. Just keep in mind that all of these guys have Armor Purge. So if your opponent attacks into this Digimon, it just simply removes the Armor Purge Digimon, the level 4, and then you just go back down to the Veemon to potentially Digivolve into another one of these guys if they don't take out the Veemon after that. So I really have branded this as a pretty aggressive deck, and while you are certainly going to be getting most of your damage off of your Veemons and their level 4 counterparts, this deck does have a couple of level 5s and level 6s, so we're going to talk a little bit more about those. First up, level 5s, we got 4 copies of Chimeramon. This guy is pretty hard to get your hands on, especially in Japan. He's pretty costly because he fits into so many decks, just because of his general utility, being able to Jogger's off of it, any 2 Digimon at all for any colors. And then being able to clear board and gain strength for attack if you meet the requirements, and this deck definitely does meet the requirements, so at pretty much any given time he's going to be a 12k if you drop him on the board. Yeah, Chimeramon, fantastic card. If you can get your hands on these early when BT8 drops in the West, please do so because the price will go up. I can almost assure you that. Now these last two slots, honestly, are just kind of my preference, and that is 2 copies of BT8 Shakomon. I love this guy because he does a lot of things all at once. He recovers, he gets rid of an opponent's Digimon on the board if you Joggers into him, and then his inheritance effect is fantastic, being able to drop a Digimon by 3k, usually getting rid of those pesky Digimon that stop things like you can't gain memory except off of Tamers, or you can't minus DP off of Digimon. He gets rid of all those really well whenever you get to the level 6. So shout out to Shakomon being able to recover, destroy, and Joggers all at one time. So one of the reasons I actually even gave this deck a try was because I had the BT8 version of the deck just lying around, and I realized that I only needed to add 4 cards to it in order to update it to BT9. And those 4 cards are the BT9 Magnamon X Antibody. This guy does so much. First off, he evolves from a Magnamon for 4, meaning going from level 4 to level 6 directly, and then he can infinitely redirect attacks into himself on your opponent's turn, which means if your opponent doesn't have an 11k Digimon, then they just can't attack security at all. And then once he is destroyed, you put him on top of your security, so he's like a recover all at the same time. And the recover, the recover 1, it's going to be a security check of at least 11k, and you have that knowledge up front. So again, if your opponent doesn't have 11k Digimon, and they swing on security, it's going to be destroyed. So I don't really know why this guy's in the deck, but I guess thematically he fits, and that's really the best I can do here. So 2 copies of level 7 Imperial Dramon Paladin mode. Able to just wipe boards like it's nobody's business, and yeah, he's a 16k, which means if your opponent runs security control and they think that the Susanumon is going to be okay, and they check into this guy's security, then well, then their whole plan falls apart. Ask me how I know. Honestly, you could probably not run this card, put in something different and be okay, but yeah. Imagine options. So first up, this deck does run quite a few options here. The first one we're going to talk about, though, is going to be Ice Wall. I think that this card really needs no introduction, especially for blue. Those turns where your opponent is like getting their X antibody ready, and then they're going to, take them out of raising the following turn and then swing, is a great time to play your Ice Wall. So I really recommend you hold on to this card for that reason. 2 copies of Blue Memory Boost. Just more searches, always good, plus the potential extra memory. You can sometimes gain enough memory to actually get into that level 7 for free. So yeah, Blue Memory Boost is also here to help search out those Veemons as well. Next up is 4 copies of Fire Rocket, because in a deck where you want to be going really fast on security, giving your Digimon +1 security attack is always a fantastic idea. And then to seal the deal on the options here, we've got 2 copies of Armor Texture. What I love about this card is it allows you to potentially get another attack off if you have the memory for it. So you can swing with an Armor Digimon, play Armor Texture, throw that Armor Digimon card away, Digivolve into a different Armor Digimon, and then unrest it and swing again. So yeah. This is a really fantastic card to hold on to seal the game in a lot of cases. And then looking at the Tamers, first up we've got 2 copies of, you guessed it, Davis. Being able to search a blue and a green. He's actually kind of nice because the green lets you search out the Rhydoromon, which in a lot of cases is kind of nice to just get that extra Armor Digimon in the hand. And then of course, minimum 3 memory Tamer. And then our last 2 Tamers are going to be Davis and Kin. They let you get a little bit more memory outside of your Davis Tamer, being able to get +1 memory for a blue Digimon and a green Digimon at the beginning of your main phase, which you can promote from your raising area and potentially get that extra memory at the same time. So you can a lot of times start your turn at 4 if you got both Tamers out. And then finally, he has this neat little combo setup where you can swing with one of your Armor Digimon, and then if that Digimon onto the security swing is taken out, the Armor Purge rips off the level 3 that's already rested, and then you can Digivolve into a level 4 different armor again, and you can rest these guys in that case if that armor is 2 colors, and then you can unrest Digimon so it can attack one more time. And so yeah, that's gonna be the deck. Again, you Digivolve your Veemons into your Armor Digimon, and then you swing. You've got some cool combos with the Flame Rockets, with the Armor Textures, with the Davis and Kin Tamer at the same time, so you can usually eat through your opponent's security very fast, very quickly. I think that I also showed that there's a lot of room for optimization in the lineup that I gave, and so if you've got some ideas about your own lineups or things that you think that I should maybe swap the deck around with, then do me a favor, leave them in the comments below. Again, I'm always watching, always looking for a way to improve the deck. Again, thanks for watching, folks. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe and the thumbs button before you get out of here, and yeah, I'm gonna get out of here myself. You guys take care. Bye-bye.